If you haven't seen this up close, this is massive. This is the Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 3 Mega Turnable Hoop. Now we're going to talk about what this is. Size-wise, oh my goodness, 450 millimeters by 450 millimeters square. But I am going to show you how you work this. That is almost 18 inches square. It is 17.71 inches square, which equals 450 millimeters. Like, it's barely even fitting into the screen of this. Hi, I'm Sarah from sewingmastery.com, and we're doing all the free video tutorials on the Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 3. We were going to put links below where you can start binge watching all the tutorials from the sewing side to the embroidery side. We have online courses that will help you master this machine. But let's talk about this optional accessory hoop. So number one, it says turnable. So we're going to explain what that means. That means that you can embroider on half of it and then you turn it, or the machine will tell you when to turn it, and then you embroider on the other half. This is also where you're going to want to put those extension tables pieces that fit on the front and back of the machine so it can support the fabric that you've hooped. You also see in the picture the clips. These clips are key for things to turn out correctly. So they actually pinch your two hoops together, making sure your fabric stays secure. Fabric and stabilizer. So you really have to know your stabilizers when you start doing this. Now, just because it says that it's almost an 18-inch design does not mean you can just take a design that's 18 inches big and plop it down. There is kind of this middle divider area. So you have to have the ability to, number one, the design has to fit on one side of the hoop and then could be mirror image to expand it the full 18 inches. Or you can use the mySewNet.com website's embroidery software, which has the feature to split designs. And in that software, there'll be this hoop, and you can tell it that you're splitting the design that will fit in this hoop. It'll make sure that will work. Now for the specifics. There are built-in designs that are designed for this hoop. So here's what I want you to do. You know when you turn your machine on or you touch the Husqvarna Viking logo at the top of your screen? Come down to the Joy OS Advisor. Go into Embroidery. By the way, if you want to see all the designs that are built into this machine, this is a QR code to bring up the design booklet on a phone or tablet. But I want you to scroll all the way down towards the end of these options, and we are looking for specialty hoop embroidery. Right here, Mega Turnable Hoop. Select that. And here is the step-by-step directions, but I'm going to kind of cheat just a little bit. So yes, I want you to go through and read all the things that it recommends for getting things set up for this particular supersized technique. But go to content. Content means that these designs, oh my goodness, there's 18 designs right now built into your machine ready to stitch with this hoop. And this will give you some great practice. Oh, and some great quilting designs too. That'd be kind of fun to quilt with those. Boy, that would save you a lot of time. How about for fun? Let's go ahead and pull up, how about just let's do 4 today. So touch and hold. Your embroidery combination will be cleared. Okay, because I had something on the screen from before. Yes, yes, please. And then let's go ahead and minimize the step-by-step directions. So it went ahead and jumped myself over to the Mega Turnable Hoop, the 450 by 450. And then we also see a couple things. There's kind of this middle median here in the middle. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to zoom out just a little past 100%, just so I can see a little bit more around the hoop. You can tell I've got designs. There are 2 designs here. And I'm going to actually delete one. So this is what we're looking at. This design right here fits on one side of the hoop, and it can extend, and I'm going to just jump it into the edge here. It can extend into this middle median area, it just can't come past the next dotted line. So it can hang over the edge, which is why you can get designs that look like they're this big, but they actually aren't. They're two separate designs. And that means too, if you are creating your own Mega Turnable Hoop design, your design will need to fit on one side. You can mirror image it or bring in something else over here. They can come near each other, they just can't cross over the edge. So that is how it actually works. Once you touch stitch out, the concept of stitching it out, the machine will tell you which side of the hoop it needs to start on. It will stitch out half of it, it will stop, and it will then tell you to turn the hoop around. So there's two brackets on either side of the hoop. When you turn it around, the machine will have kind of mirror image, but it will have switched this internally, so it will stitch the B side. You see A side is here, and then the B side is upside down over noted on that corner, which is kind of cool. That's very helpful, by the way. It will have mirror imaged or flipped the design, and it knows that you're upside down because you've turned it 180 degrees, and it will keep going. The most common question people ask me is, like, they'll get this design set, and can you see how when it is over the edge, it turns this area red, meaning don't place designs across the overlap area. So as long as I move that back, and watch when it actually switches back to an okay color, once those little petal edges come inside the dotted line, then we'll get rid of that. And now I know I'm at a safe space for positioning this design. I can come in with another design, or since I deleted the other one, I could go ahead and duplicate this, switch it over, mirror image it if I want, pop it back in so I can get it exactly aligned up inside both the edge here, but yet not over the middle line. I have been known to need to use my design positioning tools after one design has stitched, maybe a slight adjustment prior to stitching out the second design. And we have an entire course called the Husqvarna Viking Design Positioning Masterclass. And that whole cloth quilt is included with the purchase of the course, all those designs to help you master the technique of ultimate positioning, especially when you're working with a design of this size. That is all you need to know for working with the Mega Turnable Hoop. Find yourself a project that you could stitch out one of these gorgeous designs that are built into your machine and see what fun you can have.